Hi. So yesterday we did a bit of part A, if you remember. I've got your answers also. So most of you have done very well. Still, let's discuss the answers. So before you start continuing with this video lecture, if you don't have the answers, you can pause my video for a while. Get your notebook where you have written the answers, then sit down and then start working along with me. So let's start. Mind you, we are discussing the answers of yesterday's objective type questions. Okay, so the first one was antonym means opposite. I did not tell you yesterday. Antonyms are opposites, synonyms are meanings. So antonym of pure, impure, marriage, celibacy, CELIBACY. Celibacy is the state of loneliness. When you are alone, in marriage you are alone, so that is what we call as celibacy. And when you get married, you are two. You are not a single. Okay? So celibacy means the state of being single, the state of being alone, the state of being an individual. So the opposite of marriage is celibacy, which most of you could not get it. Okay? Next one is mature, immature, very easy. Complete, incomplete. Next one is ordinary. The opposite of ordinary could be extraordinary, or it could be some special also. See, you have something which is very ordinary. Okay? The opposite of that could be special. So these were, or that was the first question. Now the next one. We remember more of what we dash than what we hear. We remember more of what we see than what we hear. Remember that. So that's why video lectures are more useful than audio lectures. Why? What is the reason? Because you are seeing me, you are looking at me. When you are looking at me and then listening to me simultaneously, the amount of the lecture which you are grasping will be more. So the answer is, we remember more of what we see than what we hear. Okay? So that's why we have chalkboard or PPTs in the classrooms, so that when something is put on the PPT or when something is put on the chalkboard, and when we read it, it gets fixed in our mind. And in our LKG, UKG classes also, in our primary classes also, you have some charts you might have seen. A for apple, B for so and so. Okay? These charts are kept in order to enable the child to learn easily. Why? Because a child learns more when he or she sees or looks at something. Okay? So we remember more of what we see than what we hear. Next, dash is the mother of all language skills. The answer is reading, please. Reading is the mother of all language skills. See, there are 4 language skills, you know very well. LSRW. Listening and speaking, they are known as soft skills. Next one, reading and writing, they are known as literate skills. If you want to be called as an educated person or a literate person, you should know reading and you should know writing, please. Then only you will get the label as educated or a literate person. So what is the mother of all language skills? Remember, it's reading. Some of you have written writing, please correct it. Next, antonym of cool is cool. I told you cool means extremely cold. When you go to Antarctica, okay, or when you go to some polar region, it will be very, 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 very cool. So the opposite of cool is, I gave you some options. Warm. See, warm means 50% cool and a little bit of hot also. Warm we say, warm. Humid cannot be the right answer. Hot will be the right answer. Hot means very, very hot. The opposite of that will be cool, remember that. Warm is not very hot. Warm is lesser than hot. Okay, so the opposite of cool is hot. The answer is hot. Now, meetings should be started in time, of course. Next one, speaking in a meeting is not good. This is false. Meetings are meant to be discussed. So we should take part or we should speak in a meeting. Next, very important thing, meetings should be held frequently. Now let me spend some time on this. Usually meetings should not be held very frequently, because when you are calling a meeting, you are taking the time of an individual. You are taking quite a lot of time of an individual. The individual will be having some important work at the office, so he or she has to sacrifice that work and attend that particular meeting. So if possible, try to avoid meetings if the message can be conveyed through several other means in a convincing manner. When you find that the message cannot be conveyed in a simple manner, whether it cannot be conveyed through telephone, whether it cannot be conveyed through, say, writing, then only we should call for meeting. And then meetings should be conducted every day. The answer should be, it depends on the situation. See, there are certain organizations wherein it is necessary to conduct one meeting per day. You have to tell the individuals about their particular duties that are being allotted to them on that particular day. So if such is the case, then meetings should be conducted every day. Or imagine that an educational institute is there. The head of the institute is there. It's not necessary that person should conduct meeting every day. So the frequency of the conduct of meetings depends upon the situation. Remember that. Okay? Now, when can we say that a meeting is successful? A meeting is not successful when everybody attends it. A meeting is not successful when it is started in time. A meeting will be successful only when the matters that were discussed in the meeting were implemented later on. For instance, in a meeting you discuss certain matters that after this meeting we are going to do so and so. And when you succeed in doing that particular thing, so when you put into practice the matters that are discussed in a meeting, then only we can say that a meeting is successful. Remember that. So when the matters that are discussed are put into force or put into practice, then only we can say that meetings are successful. Remember, then spell entrepreneur. Almost everybody has got it. ENTERPRENEUR, and then you have written the meanings, and then you have done it very well. Of course, you might have copied from internet. No secret about it. Okay. Now next one is synonyms of brilliant. See, brilliant, we have a sentence. Imagine that he is a brilliant student. So the meaning of brilliant could be, say, intelligent. The meaning of brilliant could be extraordinary. Okay? But the meaning of brilliant also could be shining, please. The sun is shining brilliantly in the sky.